A desperate community begging Ramaphosa for water.
But we are pleading to the president to please do something about Ikageng, about water. We haven't got water for 5 years.
I just hope he can just try and make us live a bit better life.
The president must please help us to give us water. If we can get water, then everything will be all right.
Ikageng in Mamelodi, known as the upper class side of the township. But in recent years, the area has lost its value after taps ran dry due to low water pressure and illegal connections to reservoirs. Residents, especially pensioners, are forced to walk far just to access water, times putting their lives at risk as they have to walk in the early morning hours while it's still dark just to make it on time to the water tankers.
And we've always getting empty promises. Even Fegile Mbalula and Panyazali Sufi were here that other year. They promised us to come back after 7 days with the technicians, but only in vain.
This 65-year-old who has been living in the area since 1989 says she has never struggled this much. Her health and dignity severely compromised. Now they fear that with more water tankers arriving in the area, their plight might never end.
Not happy about them because somebody is benefiting from the water tank. And it seems as if we are going to live this life for a long time, forever, because that water tank, the trucks are new.
Due to low pressure from reservoirs, residents who live in high-lying areas are the most deprived of this basic service.
That is very slow about it, about the water, because if somebody don't get water, we cannot cook, we cannot drink, we can nothing to do. We cannot wash. We want to wash.
On the road here, there are people washing cars and all of that, the car washes. I wonder who builds them and how do they build them, because they haven't got addresses.
Young people who attempt to run businesses in the area are often forced to close shop. Their plea is for stronger political will to end their struggle.
Life without water means that businesses have to close, which mine had to, because how are you going to function without water? You understand? So it's been a mess.
With their deepening plight, Ikageng residents are forced to rely on water tankers that cost the city of Tshwane over 400 million rand per annum. But it's often an unreliable service as tankers sometimes don't arrive, especially if the city fails to pay them on time. But the water from these tankers is hardly enough for daily chores and to flush toilets. The water challenges in Ikageng have since attracted a lot of political attention and outrage from civic organizations. Various political heavyweights have visited this area with promises to resolve the water challenges, and so far nothing has happened. The latest to come to Ikageng with those promises is the Tshwane Mayor Celia Brink, followed by President Cyril Ramaphosa. President Ramaphosa blamed the DA-led Tshwane municipality for the water crisis in the area.
And this is the municipality's responsibility. And they are the ones who are supposed to be cleaning up the township, providing water, resources, and just making sure that the township functions well. And this is where the DA says, where they govern well. And I have not seen any good governance here.
The president, I think, would rather blame other people than to take responsibility, because the space that we operate in local government, to a very large degree, depends on the performance of national government. In any event, I went to Mamelodi not to point fingers or to lay blame, but to address the very unpopular and difficult question, and that is that illegal connections to that reservoir is the cause of the water outages, and we have to disconnect.
After almost 5 years of Tshwane's failure to resolve the water issues in Ikageng, Ramaphosa promised that the water challenges will now be attended to at provincial and national levels. But for residents like Masala, it remains to be seen if these promises will be honored, or is this just more empty promises for cheap electioneering? Patricia Fasahi, SABC News in Ikageng, Mamelodi.